I want to start by asking you all some questions. Questions you've definitely been asked before. Let's see how this goes. For instance, I ask someone, "Hey, how are you?" And they reply, "I'm great." That's a perfectly normal response, right? Here's the thing, when someone hears a familiar question, their brain quickly serves up an automatic answer. It's efficient, but not very meaningful. Dave here did just that. He gave me a quick answer and ended the conversation. No real connection, no further interaction. That's what I call a level 1 answer. Let's try to go deeper. I ask another person, "Tian, how are you?" And I get, "Awesome, great event." Slightly better, but still surface level. We're still operating on autopilot. We're so focused on being efficient with language that we forget to be effective. Now imagine I ask someone the same question, and they respond with, "Great! How are you?" Boom, we've reached level 2. It's a small step, but suddenly the conversation continues. They didn't just answer, they asked something back. This is where real conversations begin, when people stop treating questions like checkboxes and start using them to connect. We do this all the time, especially at work. You walk through the office, ask how someone is, and they say, "Awesome!" You move on, thinking you're being friendly, but in truth, nothing meaningful happened. You learn nothing about how that person is really doing, because again, we're efficient with words, not effective. Let me show you another example. I asked Austin about his last vacation. He says he went to Sedona, stayed at a nice resort, swam in Oak Creek. Sounds great, but then I jump in and make it about me. I start talking about my travels, my career, my books. Before long, it's all about me, and Austin sitting there thinking, how do I escape this conversation? Let's try again. I ask Austin the same question, and this time he tells me he went to Las Vegas for a conference. I respond by asking follow-up questions. What did he do there? Who did he go with? What concerts did he see? Suddenly the conversation opens up. He shares personal moments, tells me about his first concert, his family, even the name of his baby girl, all from just a few sincere questions. What changed? I listened. I didn't plan my next story while he was speaking. I paid attention. Listening is one of the most powerful skills we can develop. It's not flashy, but it's game-changing. And here's something fun. The word listen contains the same letters as the word unsilent. Coincidence? Maybe? But it's a great reminder that being quiet and present can be far more powerful than constantly talking. Often, in our fear of sounding too salesy, we end up becoming sales prevention officers. We talk too much, don't pause, and never give people the chance to truly engage with us. But it's in those quiet spaces, those little pauses, that people feel safe enough to open up. That's when real connection and real opportunity happens. Now, let me show you a quick example about value. Imagine I take Laura's pen and toss it on a table at a garage sale. How much is it worth? Maybe 75 cents. Same pen, but now I put it in a nice display stand in a department store. Suddenly it's worth $20. Same pen again, now placed in a velvet-lined mahogany box inside a glass cabinet in Harrods, with a staff member in gloves handing it to you. Now it might be worth hundreds. What changed? Not the pen, the perception, the story around the pen. Value isn't just in the item, it's in how it's presented. So the more clearly you define and communicate the value of your product or service, the more people will believe its worth. So many of you are wondering, what do I do with this information? How do I get better? Here's the truth. You don't master this overnight. You don't crush communication. You practice it. Just like yoga or golf or music, you keep working on it, refining it day by day. So if you're leaving this presentation realizing that your words matter and that you've got some work to do, that's great. Decide today to elevate your practice, because better conversations lead to better relationships, and that's what drives real change.